In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how insecurity started in Nigeria. Insecurity started in the early 1970s. The foundation of insecurity was laid in the early 90s. During this period, Saudi Arabia was in their oil boom period. They had a lot of money from the oil boom. So they decided to invest such money into religion, into expanding Islam. One thing to know about Islam is that the same way Christianity has so many factions, that's the same way Islam has different factions as well. Just like the way we have the Catholic, Pentecostal, Anglican, and so on, that's the same way we have the Sunni Islam, the Shia Islam, and the Salafi Wahhabi Islam. This Salafi Islam, they broke out of the Sunni Islam. They are the kind of Islam that take all those verses in the Quran literally. Those verses that says, unalive the infidels. This Salafi Islam take those verses literally. Those are the kind of verses that are used to create terrorist movements. Mind you, I'm not trying to condemn any particular religion here. Both Christianity and Islam have been known to spread terrorism and slavery. No one is better than the other. To me, they are the same thing. Christianity was used to spread terrorism during the time of the Crusaders. I already did a video about this. Christianity was also used to spread slavery. The Bible was one of the greatest supporters of slavery. The Quran also a great supporter of slavery. So both religion, they spread both slavery and terrorism, the two greatest crimes in humanity. Just the same way you have in the Quran, unalive the infidels, don't let them live. That's the same way you have who doesn't believe in God, should be unalive. If you are a prostitute, you should be stoned to death. Even in the New Testament, there's a verse in the New Testament where Jesus Christ said, those that will not accept me as king should be brought to me and beheaded. So both Christianity and Islam can both be equally used to push terrorism. Back to what I was saying about Saudi Arabia oil boom period. So Saudi Arabia has decided to invest in expanding their religion. So they did a scholarship program, free schools, free education for citizens across Africa. Not just across Africa, anywhere you are, you come to Saudi Arabia, you study for free. They are trying to publicize Islam. The process of giving scholarship to people to come to Saudi Arabia to be educated for free, you use that opportunity to convert them into Islam. And the North was heavily affected by this. A lot of people in the North, they partake in this scholarship. They went to Saudi Arabia for this scholarship. In Saudi Arabia, there is a university, the University of Medina. This University of Medina, they preach Salafi Islam. This strict version of Islam that take every verse literally. They promote unaliving the infidels. They say the Sunni Islam are the weaker version of Islam. The Sunni Islam are the ones that preach Islam is a religion of peace. But the Salafi Islam say no, they are the weak version of Islam. They broke out. So this University of Medina was part of the schools that partake in the scholarship. So they spread this version of Islam, this violent version of Islam to our northern brothers. The leader of Boko Haram, Mohammed Yusuf, attended the school of Medina, the University of Medina in Saudi Arabia. So that was why he got these violent ideas, this violent side of Islam. So years later, after they completed their studies in Saudi Arabia, they came to Nigeria. When they came to Nigeria, they started spreading Salafi teachings, this violent version of Islam, to the northern people, breaking them out from the Sunni Islam into Salafi Islam. For years, their population grew. Now they are fully armed with this violent version of Islam. They needed somewhere to channel their anger to. And what is the best place to channel it to? The government. They were angry that the government is corrupt, it's neglecting them. They are stealing huge funds. So they channeled this movement and assembled a lot of youths that believed in their teachings, started training them on the next step to take. This was the period of Obasanjo. But back then, Obasanjo was mostly focused on Niger Delta militants. So he didn't care too much about Boko Haram, which was created by Mohammed Yusuf. Obasanjo saw them as religious people. He didn't take them seriously because back then they were not armed. Their only weapon was their mouth. The best thing that could have stopped them as at then was to stop Salafi teachings in Nigeria. But the government overlooked them. They are not armed. Freedom of speech, leave them. Years and years went by. They became dangerous. Before Obasanjo found out how dangerous these people were, he already left power and handed over to Yar'Adua. Boko Haram rose for two reasons: the spread of Salafi teachings from Saudi Arabia and how corrupt our government is, which incited them into violence.